Today I want to talk about immeasurably more. And there's a scripture that says that God will give us everything that we can think and imagine, and immeasurably more than what we can think or imagine, actually. And I'll put it up on the screen. And so I am driving a brand new 2026 Escalade. I got it about 2 weeks ago, and it has been on my vision board for at least 4 years. It is the screensaver on my phone. It is a black Escalade, the short one, the sport version, and it has black wheels and it has a tan leather interior. That's it. It has been there literally since my 2022 vision board. It's in my future letter to myself. It is absolutely everywhere. So each year I would ask my business partners about purchasing a company vehicle to help with tax purposes. And they would never give in to it. And they're like, always something else that we should buy, computers and equipment and all this kind of stuff. Well, this year I didn't even bring it up. And I didn't have to, because God had already set the tone for that particular meeting. So we had met with our accountant on Thursday to go over year-end stuff. And she was asking us, is there anything else you can purchase? And I was like, listen, I have purchased everything. As much as I love to shop, there was absolutely nothing else that I absolutely needed. So one of my business partners actually said, well, how about we buy a delivery truck for the pharmacy? And I said, oh, that's a good idea. And the accountant was like, yeah, a lot of people buy vehicles, company vehicles at the end of the year. And now with the 100% bonus depreciation coming back, you can write off the whole thing. But of course, you just get it financed.
In 2 miles, use the left 2 lanes to take exit 116 for I-77 toward Charlotte.
And so I was like, oh, I can finally get my Escalade. So everybody's laughing on the call. And the accountant was like, yeah, Randi, you look good in the Escalade. Make sure you come pick us up. This was on Thursday. By Monday, when did I go to the dealership? I went to the dealership on Monday. My business partner went to a dealership on Saturday because, check this out, we decided to get 2 vehicles, one for the pharmacy and one for PCN. And so we ended up getting a Yukon for the pharmacy and getting an Escalade for PCN, which I'm driving right now. That, y'all, in and of itself is already immeasurably more, because I asked for 1 truck, but God blessed the company with 2 trucks. Then on top of that, if in my vision, I never thought about how I was going to pay for it. I just assumed it would be out of my own personal money. I never dreamed of actually, I ain't gonna say dreamed of, but I never thought about the company actually paying for it, because that's usually how it works if you can get it in the company's name. And so,
in half a mile, use the left 2 lanes to take exit 116 for I-77 toward Charlotte.
So in essence, I'm driving a truck that all I got to do is pay for gas. We got the maintenance package, so all my oil changes, all my regular maintenance, all that stuff comes with it. I don't have to pay the insurance on it. I don't have to pay the taxes on it. I don't have to pay the payments. All I got to do is put gas in.
Use the left 2 lanes to take exit 116.
And so with that being said, that's already immeasurably more than what I could have asked for. Immeasurably more than what I could even think and imagine, because I didn't even imagine it. Like, I just knew I wanted the truck. The other thing about immeasurably more is on my vision board, the main things that I liked about this truck was the grille, the color. I like the height of it. I like the look of it. All this extra stuff in here, this long screen, it'll drive itself. All this automation, the safety stuff, I didn't know any of that. Literally, when the guy was going through it with me, I'm like, you went through all of that, but how do I turn it on and put it in gear? That's where I was. And then I didn't even know it had a sunroof until I picked it up. And when we picked it up, I said, Sean, does this thing have a sunroof? So he had to get on the rail and look. He said, yeah, it does have a sunroof. I had no clue. I just know I got what I wanted. It was the black truck, Escalade with the nice grille. It was the short sport version. It had the black wheels and it had the tan interior. That's all I wanted. Everything else was truly immeasurably more than I could think or ask for, because guess what? I wouldn't have even known to ask for a car that would drive itself. I thought only Tesla did that. Like, I didn't know that the other vehicles would actually do that. Probably about a week or two before I got this vehicle, I had made a reel on social media, and it was real cold one morning, and I was going to the gym, and I was in my Armada, and I was asking new car owners, like, do y'all have trouble with your heat? Like, by the time I get to the gym, my heat still ain't turned on. And so a lot of people put in the comments, they were like, yeah, we got an app that you can actually turn your car on with. You can set the temperature before you get there. And I'm like, an app that controls a car? Again, immeasurably more than I could think or ask, because I didn't even know it existed. This car has a My Cadillac app. I can turn it on from my apartment and put it at the temperature that I need it on, and it'll be there before it'll be warm by the time I get there. All those things, y'all. I mean, it's got massaging seats. I got 15 different buttons just on the steering wheel itself. All that is immeasurably more than I could even think to ask for or imagine, because I didn't know it existed. And I ain't gonna say I need this stuff, but it is great to have. I mean, literally, if I veer too far left or too far right, it corrects itself. I drove it to Hartsville, and I don't know if y'all know, but I get a little sleepy sometimes when I drive. And literally, a coffee cup came up on the screen, and it says, hey, driver assist needed because sleepiness detected. And then it got to turn red, and it says rest needed immediately. And it gave me 3 options. It said you can either pull over at a point of interest, open a playlist, or phone a friend. Like, so it's just a blessing. I'm just so grateful. I'm just so thankful. And the other piece that I want to talk about beyond immeasurably more is the word suddenly. And so for a few years back, my mom was telling me about my cousin, who's a prophetess, was talking about suddenly. Things are going to happen suddenly, right? And I was thinking suddenly meaning right now. But it dawned on me this morning that suddenly does not mean instantly. All right? Those are 2 different words. Instantly means
in 2
right
miles,
now.
take exit 6A for South Carolina 768 East, Shop Road.
Suddenly, on the other hand, means when it happens just like that. But the key is when it happens. And so when she told me that word that year, and I'll even show it on my vision board, I thought it was going to be that year. I thought it was going to be suddenly. And you'll see on my vision board how I wrote it. It's going to be this year. It's going to be this year. I think that was 2023's vision board. But here's the thing. Suddenly and instantly are not the same things. Suddenly is when we meet with the accountant on a Thursday. No inkling that I would be getting a truck. Wasn't even gonna bring it up this year. And then for your business partner to actually bring it up, and by the next Thursday you're in the dealership signing papers that you don't have to have anybody as a personal guarantor, because your company is actually able to stand on its own credit wise, financially wise, to afford not 1 vehicle but 2 vehicles. That's called suddenly. That's the suddenly. It happened suddenly, not instantly, because remember, I've had this on my board since 2022. This happened suddenly.
In half a mile, take exit 6A for South Carolina 768 East, Shop Road.
Y'all, pardon me. We are going to meet Christina and Jovial. Christina and I are meeting first because I want to go over some event ideas for this year, and then Jovial's going to meet us. I was supposed to be here at 12 o'clock.
Take exit 6A.
A little rain today too. But I'm not going to tell you what to take from this. Again, people are overcome by the words of your testimony, and that's why testimony is so important, because you need to know what God has done for somebody else. Also, in addition to what he's done for you, all those are important. They go hand in hand. And I tell people, Reverend Tellis Chapman preached a sermon at Revival a few years ago, and he was talking about blessings. And he said, when you hit an ice cream truck on the other street, do you leave your street and go run into the next street to get to the ice cream truck? No. You stay on your street because you know the ice cream truck's in the neighborhood. So when you start seeing other people be blessed,
at the next light, turn left.
So when you start seeing other people be blessed, then go and be happy for those people. Don't be out here saying, oh God, when is it going to be my turn? If she don't do this and he don't do that, and how you going to bless him before me? Celebrate those people, because the ice cream truck is in the neighborhood blessing somebody today, but it could be you tomorrow. So that is our message for today. Thank you for listening to my TED Talk. I tell you what I am going to do, because that reel I did, somebody said you need to do more QTNAs, questions that need answering. And so I think what I'm going to do is I am going to do some reels in short form around transitioning old car owners to new cars, okay? Because it's a lot to get used to, y'all. Like, I mean, there's buttons, lights, screens, everywhere. And it's connected to your phone. So every time I get in here, whatever's on my YouTube music playlist, it starts playing. Like, there's a lot going on in this truck. And I have not taken the time to actually learn any of it. I know how to drive it, and that's about it. Sean asked me the other day, he's like, let it park itself. I said, I don't know where the button is. The dude showed it to me, but I don't know where the button is. I have tried the one where it drives itself. We did try that, but I don't know where all the buttons are. So anyways, I think I'm going to do some short form content on that, like a mini series on let me get acclimated to my new Cadillac truck. And within that, just show people, I was driving and still have my Armada. Number one, I'm not getting rid of my baby, and I'm not getting rid of my G. So right now I have 3 vehicles, all 3 paid. Well, let me back that up. All 3 I don't have no payments on. Okay, my 2 are paid for. The company vehicle, of course, we finance, but I don't have to pay the payments. And so all blessings and glory to God for that. So I'm going to do a series on how do you transition, from old cars to new cars, and how does it feel? Because I sincerely wanted to know when I made that reel how it felt to be in these new cars on a daily basis, and it feels great. And it just feels so great to see something from my vision board actually come to life. And if you don't take anything else from this video, I want you to also know, just because it doesn't happen when you want it to happen or when you think it's going to happen,
turn right onto US.
Just know that delay is not denial. And in this instance with this truck, if I would have got the 23 or the 22 or the 24, even the 25 model, it didn't have as much stuff as this 26 model has. So I am just grateful. The Lord saw what Cadillac was going to design, and he said, you know what, Renata deserves and needs the 2026 model. He says she don't even know what she's asking for, and what immeasurably more than what I could ask for, even imagine and think, right? He knew it already. So he saved my blessing for 2026 because he knew this was the version
right
of the truck
onto US 378
that he wanted
East,
me to
US
have.
76 East.
I knew that lady was going to start talking as soon as I tried to close out my good part. But anyway, let me go ahead. We're not far from, we're coming all the way out to Hopkins, which is on the Garner's Ferry side. I do not come out this way often, but Christina's coming from Sumter, so we didn't want her to have to drive all the way to our side of town like she always does. So, and Jovia wanted to try this new spot called the Epicurean Table. So that's where we're headed right now. It says I've got 6 minutes to go. So let me go ahead and drive and get out here. I'll get some footage from there, and then we may stop by Whole Foods since we're on this side of town. And I did want to go to Trader Joe's and get those spices that folks was talking about. But we're going to dinner tonight with Terica and Keisha, so we need to make sure we get back home because I do want to do my face and wear the same outfit. So we got a lot going on today. I'm truly blessed, truly thankful and grateful that you all spent this time with me, and I'll see you at the Epicurean Table. It looked nice on the website. Yeah. Oh shoot, this is nice.
Take it away, feeling too good to me. Chilling all day, all in your space is where I wanna be. Here in this room, what did you do? I just can't get enough. Too caught up in your love. I've been trying to forget, but you won't let me. Something in my brain wants you. I've been hanging by myself, asking for help, but nothing seems to work on you. Yeah, you always make me feel like home. Yeah, you never leave my thoughts alone. Yeah, you're the reason I'm going out my mind. I just can't stop thinking about you. All that I crave when you're away, nights are sleepless. Do we need space? Yeah, maybe a break. Boy, you're my weakness. Give and we take, the love that we make, it's my favorite.